Hi, everybody. This week is week 2 of Eating with the Omer, and I'm going to turn my fire down before the pot boils over. So this week is Gevura, creating our containers, and and as we shift our attention to Gevura, we look at the basics, meal basics, meal templates, meal ideation that can bring some structure and at the same time ease kind of the mental chaos that comes with meal planning, or that can come with meal planning. We also look to basic ingredients, and so in your resources this week, we have that like a meal ideation grid where you can choose 5 of your favorite, or you can find some of your own 5 of your favorite meal templates, which would be like a taco or a frittata, or a bowl or a pasta or quinoa dish, and then those meal templates are structured enough yet flexible enough where you can slot in ingredients that you like or ingredients that are seasonal. And then you also have several sheets listing out 7 ways to use basic ingredients. So 7 ways to use eggs or hard-boiled eggs, 7 ways to use roasted vegetables, 7 ways to do granola. So again, there you have this like focal point, Gevura container, and you can flex those ingredients and use them creatively. So I just wanted to show 2 basics today, and you have some basic recipes as well in your email and on our Google Docs. But I wanted to show, I just wanted to demo making quinoa, how to make quinoa. So I have this big old jar of quinoa here, and I'm going to put 1.5 cups in my pot. I have water filled up in my, I have water filled up about 3/4 of the way to the top. And so what I love about this and this method, and this sort of like was a game changer for me, was that you don't have to measure the water. For some reason, that was my mental hurdle. And so taking that away, you, just like you're making pasta, you boil the water, you boil a pot of water, and then you put in your quinoa. And I'm going to use 1.5 cups of quinoa. And then I'm basically going to cook it for 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna lower the heat. It will cook slowly. And you know when quinoa is done when it gets like a little squiggly tail. But I'm gonna cook it. I'm almost gonna not undercook it, but I'm not gonna cook it. Well, again, you don't have the visual cue of water. The water is absorbed, hence the quinoa is done. So I'm gonna cook it till I see that tail, and then I'll tell you what happens next, because it's somehow it creates light, fluffy quinoa for me every time. The other thing I wanted to show you was how to boil an egg. Now, I think Smitten Kitchen just put something new up about this, about peeling eggs. That's like, it could bring freedom if you like can boil your egg and then like not have to deal with the pains when you have peeling troubles. So I have some eggs, and actually I tried to bring these up to room temperature. These were sitting out for an hour, and so we don't all have an hour, right? But I did leave these out so that they can get up to room temperature, so that I could place them in my boiling water. And according to Food 52's video, that this would allow easy peeling for eggs, and so far it's worked. I don't know. So I'm going to place my eggs gently. This was also a Food 52 tip that I thought was helpful. He used like a much bigger sieve, but this is what I'm using to just gently put my eggs place them in the pot of boiling water, and I'm going to quickly look at the time because I don't have my timer with me. And so placing them gently in the pot will prevent crackage and then the yolk spilling out everywhere. And we're going to boil these for 5 to 6 minutes, and then we'll see what the egg comes out as. In Food 52's video, which I really liked, they showed, I think, a 6, an 8, and a 10-minute egg, and you can really see the difference. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Okay, so I now have a kitchen helper and to help me crack my eggs. So that the eggs boiled for 6 minutes, and then I drained off the water and ran them under cool water. And look, we have a lovely, it's gooey. And if you want it more firm, absolutely go to 8 minutes. But I am very excited about this egg. And we have Sophie here to demonstrate a little bit how the peeling situation has unfolded. I'll actually let you do it. So we'll let her test the level of peeling ease that we have in the kitchen. So while Sophie's doing that, I also wanted to let you know that the quinoa was cooking, and I saw the little itty bitty tails after just about 8 minutes. So I drained the quinoa in a fine mesh sieve, and now it's just sitting on the stovetop, and I'm gonna let it sit for a couple more minutes, just because it sort of steams and somehow like absorbs the water more. I have no idea what it does, but it's magic, and it always seems to taste really good. So we'll let the quinoa just sort of sit in its steam a minute. And I just wanted to show you, since we are in the week of Gevura, the week of creating our containers, some of the containers that we use in our house that really help us like make the things we want to make. So the first one, these are 3 containers that we use often. I always save these kinds of things. They, it's kind of, oh my God, that was very fast peeling, Sophie. Do you want to cut into this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm cutting.
You can cut it
Can
in
you
half?
clean the knife?
It's okay. You can go ahead and just do it. You really want a clean knife, okay? All right, clean knife for everyone.
Yeah.
We still have our Passover compostable stuff, so. Oh.
I know.
Oh, nice, Sophie. Do you want to hold up half to the, ooh, nice and gooey. Yay. Ooh, I am excited about that. So again, if you don't like the goo, totally fine. Just boil it for a couple more minutes. So some of the containers, would you like to hold some of the containers? What's your favorite? Okay.
This container.
So this container, I love using these for sauces, any of the sauces we made from week 1, or salad dressings. And the same goes for these little guys, except what's nice about these smaller ones.
Except these ones.
Oh wow, we have Miriam's. We also made our Miriam cups with these, so they're very
This is mine and this is Mom's.
They can even be used for spiritual use, and ritual use. But what I like about the smaller ones is that you can take them to work and make bring your own salad dressing to work, and just throw in some of your favorite vinegar, lemon juice, and olive oil, and there's your dressing for the week for lunch. This container, Sophie, do you want to say what you put in this?
I put my snack in this.
Yep. So this little container is so important for our snacks when we go to the playground after school. This is so important.
Yes, and especially if you have like bags that you want to put in your snack, just use this because it'll save from the environment. You can use it again and again and again.
Saves the environment. Also a win for our containers. Let's see. I'll show a couple more, and then I'm going to show our quinoa. These are just, the
really special
run of the mill,
and don't forget the lunchbox containers.
All right. So Sophie's going to show you her lunchbox container, and then we'll show you.
Which is especially from and this is especially from saving the environment because on plastic, even though we can wash it, plastic can be thrown in the river. So we use this metal.
So those are our lunch containers that Sophie says saves the environment. So very important. Okay, one last point I want to make, Sophie. Do you know what this is?
Guacchine.
Quinoa. Very good. Yeah, very, very close. So so I just want to show you. Again, we cooked this quinoa for about 8 minutes until it got the little tails. Didn't measure the water. And then look how fluffy it is now. I let it sit for, I probably would, if we weren't making this video, I'd probably let it sit for a couple more minutes, but you can really, oh, thank you, Sophie.
Here's a little bowl.
Thank you.
And
here we can enjoy it.
And it's 2 spoons, so you and me can share.
Okay.
And let's taste before.
Do you want to taste it? Okay, before we go, we're going to have Sophie taste it. It's very hot. And I hear my other little one coming. This is our house at 6:30 in the morning. What do you think?
Really hot, actually.
It's really hot.
Yeah,
So maybe we'll yeah.
Yeah, let's put it in the fridge for a while, and then we'll taste it.
Sounds good. And in the meantime, you all have a wonderful week building your containers.